Welcome to Lions Training Camp. It is officially begun today. Super excited. The vets are with the rookies, and we are getting very closer to the start of preseason and the regular season where the Lions are going to do a good thing for this fan base this year. At least I do believe so. In today's video, we're going to go over the latest Detroit Lions news for you folks today. Obviously, training camp is a big part of it. Let's go. We're keeping you updated today. That's what the show is. We're going to go to the latest news and rumors. We're going to talk about the latest injury. Just a quick update from yesterday, and it'll be good to go there. We're going to get into the power rankings, where the Detroit Lions rank so far at the start of the regular season. You're going to be shocked where that goes. And we're going to get into a bold prediction that is good for our Detroit Lions, and I think this season is going to be much different than the rest. But before we get into today's video, if you're not a subscriber, hit that subscribe button right now. We're trying to get to 66,200 with news breaking 24/7. You don't want to miss out. Quick update with the injury front. Don't want to spend a lot of time on here. As you know, Marcus Davenport, ankle, not practicing. He's on the PUP. DJ Reader, quad, not practicing. PUP. Brian Branch, not practicing. Foot. PUP. Giovanni, Manu, he is on the non-football injury list. These were all expected. That's why I'm not spending a lot of time on it. I spent more time on it yesterday. But if you're new or you didn't see it, again, don't worry, folks. We signed these players knowing of the injury history in Brian Branch. He just had a cleanup. So nothing really serious there. Giovanni Manu is a guy who is just trying to get the game of football round. He's not even going to have any sort of significant playing time this year, and that is fine. Let's get into the big part, but if we do that again, subscribe to the channel, trying to get to 66,200 subs. The Lions did sign a player, and this is the player the Lions signed. The Lions added offensive lineman Amik Robertson, the roster before the start of training camp, and that was yesterday. The Detroit Lions added another body in the offensive line prior to the start of training camp, which is today. The team on Monday announced the signing of the seventh-year pro. Amik Robertson spent 5 seasons with the Buffalo Bills and made 17 starts before embarking on a 1-year stint with the Indianapolis Colts last year. The Lions signed guard Amik Robertson, 65, on Monday. Robertson turns 30 in October, saw just 8 snaps for the Colts last year, and all of them coming on special teams. The former Iowa Hawkeye went unselected in 2018 NFL Draft. He has made a total of 36 appearances in his NFL career. I did not even make a video on this yesterday when we signed him. I saw it because it's a depth player. Folks, I don't think he's even going to make this roster this year. I truly don't. I think he is depth. Again, he's 6'6", 313 pounds, 29 years old, turning 30 here. Is his 7th season. He's already had 6 years under his belt. And when you look at the competition at the guard position, Sorsdale is doing tackle, and he does guard, right? We got a Wusaka, who we're all fine with at least, and you got, obviously, players whom we drafted this past season. So the Lions really don't have any other player, a player that's going to jump one of those guys, and it's not going to be Ike. He, in my opinion, is a camp body, and that's really about it. Before we jump into the next news, hear me out really quick. My lady and I went to a concert, got the tickets, seeing the concert is fun, but the process of getting to there with the tickets and purchasing them with the higher prices and a lot of pain resulted in misery. So that's why I love this sponsor here in Game Time. They have killer deals and last-minute tickets and lowest prices guaranteed, and you can stop stressing and start getting hyped for the fun that you're going to have. It is really easy to find and buy tickets for any kind of event in your area, at sporting events, concerts, comedy shows, or whatever, with their lowest prices guaranteed. That is the Game Time guaranteed, which means you're always going to get the best prices, and if you find tickets in the same area and section or less, Game Time is going to credit you 110% of the difference. You can get exclusive flash deals on tickets for football, baseball, basketball, concerts, and more. In the middle screenshot, by the way, I really think it's a fantastic feature of this app. It shows you where your seat is, and if you move your phone left or right, you can see the surrounding area like a 3D live photo. So you go into Game Time, you download it, plug in Chat Sports, get $20 off your very first purchase. You go to to Game Time. You go to the redeem code section, plug in Chat Sports, you get $20 off. Yes, terms to apply. You got to create an account to save that money. The information is going to be in the description and comment section of this video. If you're buying Lions tickets here, any sort of tickets, make sure you're using Game Time. Download Game Time today. Last-minute tickets and lowest prices guaranteed. Let's go ahead and talk about a bold prediction that was done by the Bleacher Report, and I really like this bold prediction, and they did 10 bold predictions, one being the Detroit Lions to the 2024 NFL season. Their bold prediction for the Detroit Lions, well, I'll let you see this for yourself. Their bold prediction, Lions will win the Super Bowl this season. That's right. Bleacher Report is suggesting that the Detroit Lions is going to win the 2024 Super Bowl, host a Lombardi Trophy for the first time ever in the city of Detroit. And you may say that is a prediction that obviously cannot come true. No way, the Lions can not make a Super Bowl. Well, it's bold, but it's not that bold. A lot of people are picking the Lions to represent the NFC in the Super Bowl. Generally speaking, from what I have seen, it is Lions, 49ers are their predicted to be the representative of the NFC. So, yes, it's a bold to win a Super Bowl because us even saying this as a Lions platform seems out of the realm of crazy, but it's not. The Lions are a good team, really good team, and they do have a chance to win a Super Bowl. So I got a question for you. Will the Lions make and win the Super Bowl this season? Why for yes and for no? Let us know your thoughts in the comments below. Let's go ahead and talk about SI.com because we just talked about Lions win the Super Bowl. It's a bold prediction. Well, Sports Illustrated just came out with their rankings of the NFL teams, and you will be stunned to know that the Detroit Lions are the number one ranked team in the NFL. They're number one on the power rankings. Here is the SI.com's power rankings. I put Ben Johnson in there because there's a reason to. This offense is one of the reasons why. Significant reason why. Obviously, the rest of the team. But the Browns, 10. Bills, 9. Packers, 8. Bengals, 7. Eagles, 6. Ravens, 5. Chiefs, 4. Texans, 3. 49ers, 2. And the Detroit Lions sitting up top of the rest of the NFL as number one in power rankings. I absolutely adore those power rankings. I think it's awesome. Now, before we go crazy, before we pat ourselves on the back as a fan base, the Lions got to prove it on the field first, right? Power rankings is generally speaking just what someone's opinion is, and so it doesn't necessarily mean anything. To be the man, you got to beat the man, and we got to go out on Sunday and win every single Sunday or Monday or Thursday or whatever day we're on and win those football games. But you're seeing the national media now. It's not crazy to say the Lions are a top team. It's not no more. It is the norm. Now, in my opinion, it is crazy for other fan bases to suggest that the Lions are an anomaly. It's a one-year deal. I think that's the crazy part because if you look at this team and the way that they have drafted since we have had Brad Holmes, these players have completely changed the franchise. Absolutely completed. They were just a phenomenal draft picks. Then you have the coaches who are really good, and they're getting the best out of these young players. We're talking about last year, Laporta. You're talking about Jahmyr Gibbs, Branch. This year, now we saw Jack Campbell, right? We think he's going to take a significant step forward, right? If he took a step forward at the end of this team is good. And the world of sports analysts are basically all coming together and saying, yeah, this is not a fluke. Now you're going to get the Mike Greenbergs that says it's the window's shut. Okay. But that's the anomaly now. It is not the anomaly to say the Lions are a Super Bowl contender. It is crazy how quickly that this franchise switched from being a terrible franchise to being a team that is now considered favorites to represent the NFC in the Super Bowl and to host a Lombardi Trophy. It is stunning to watch the change of direction that Sheila Fordham, Brad Holmes, Dan Campbell, Spielman, all these guys in power, how quickly they changed the franchise. A franchise that has been crapped on for decades and decades and decades, and just this quick, they changed it up. So with all that hype, I got a question again for you. Will the Lions make the Super Bowl? Why if you think so, and if you think not. Now let's get into a couple things I want to talk before we end this video. Things that we need to be watching for in training camp in these upcoming days and weeks. First off, injuries is always important. You always want to look at injuries and see who is available throughout the season, right? That's the most important thing. Number two, who is going to be the starters in the secondary? I think that's extremely important. We got Carlton Davis, Terrion Arnold, Ennis Rakestraw, Amik Robertson, Emmanuel Mosley, C.J. Moore. The players, just let's go on. We don't know the configuration at this point, right? That's something that we're watching. So that's number two. The wide receiver battle, I'm not even saying wide receiver 3 at this point. I'm going 5 and 6. Who is going to be taking up the rear? Antoine Green is who I think, and Darius Fountain is close up there potentially. But we're watching that. Broder just hit me up alive, and he talked about the Shane Zylstra versus James Mitchell, and I agree with Broder. So you go ahead and subscribe to his channel. Friend of mine. 100%. Who is going to get it? I think it's Shane Zylstra. I think it's 99% Shane Zylstra. But we got to watch it. Hendon Hooker in preseason and in the training camp is my number one thing that I'm really paying attention to, because QB2 is important, at least for me. This is mine. I want to have a good backup, and I want to see the progression of Hendon Hooker from week 1 of training camp, from preseason 1 through 3. His development, so we can have confidence as he is going to be our backup quarterback for this year in the foreseeable future. So those are the things that I'm looking at from myself and what I want to see from the Lions going forward. So in the upcoming videos, go ahead. You want to just subscribe at this point, because there could be breaking news anytime. Videos are going to be not just at the same time every day. It's just not how it works anymore. So all the way till the end of the regular season, you want to sub so you don't miss out on the latest news and rumors. And with that said, folks, adios.